Hey, welcome to this week's See and Be Seen video. I hope I got that right. We don't have James Watts here to correct us this week if I got the title wrong, but basically this is your weekly video to let you know what's going on in the weekend section of the Tulsa World in terms of the scene department or the entertainment department. I think Grace Wood. Grace, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Grace. I mostly write stories for the World of Home section and help out with some scene stories here and there, covering like local businesses and sometimes music stuff too. So
Okay. Grace has a cool Saturday story, but before we get to Saturday, you can in Friday's Tulsa World, I've got a story about how this is the time of the year when families normally get together, right? And Thanksgiving, Christmas. So it just makes sense that the Allman family is getting together too. The Allman Brothers Band, great band in the 70s and 80s, are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Greg Allman died a few years ago, and in his memory, his son, Devin Allman, stages every December an Allman Family Revival, where the Allman Betts Band, which has three sons of people who were in the Allman Brothers Band, they come and they're the house band for this big tribute to Greg Allman and his life and his catalog of music. They're joined by about 12 other artists. It's a really cool event. And I've got a Friday story about the Allman Family Revival coming up December 14th at the Tulsa Theater. Saturday, you have a interesting World of Home story, correct? But what's that all about?
yeah, so this Saturday's story is about a woman named Bobby Whaling. She is an artist who creates the Tulsa Ornament every year. It's like the official kind of ornament of Tulsa. She was an art teacher at St. Mary's for several decades and has since been making the Tulsa Ornament for probably over 30 years now. So it's just a really cool tradition. Every year she picks like a different historic landmark or a place of cultural significance to design her ornament after. She's done like the Gathering Place and Philbrook and Gilcrease and BOK. And this year her ornament is honoring Black Wall Street, which is really cool. And I think one of the coolest things about Bobby is that all of the proceeds for the ornaments that she sells go to charity. So she donates to Catholic charities, the food bank, Neighbor for Neighbor, and this year she's donating to the Greenwood Cultural Center. So really cool stuff happening with her, and she's just a super generous and really creative person. So it was really cool talking to her.
You just said the word creative, which obviously you have to be if you come up with every year. You have to have the pressure of, gee, what's my theme this year for the Tulsa Christmas ornament? But I might pull my hair out what I have left of it with an idea every year, but
Yeah.
no problem for her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She just says she will kind of go to a location that she's thinking about doing the ornament for and just kind of close her eyes and like take in the surroundings and just kind of pull out like key parts. So like when she went to the Gathering Place, she kind of noticed those two giant like swans that are, or maybe they're cranes that are like slides. And so she like decided to put those in there. And then her grandchildren were with her that day. So she has, if you look closely at the very front of that ornament, there's like two little kids kind of playing in the front. And those are supposed to represent her grandchildren, which is cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, she is very talented.
She's a Tulsa tradition. So too is Billy Parker. Billy Parker needs no introduction to all of Green Country. I mean, he's a legendary Tulsa disc jockey and entertainer. It was at KVOO for 45 years, 5-time national country music DJ of the year. He's not just a local treasure, he's a national treasure. And Billy, with some arm twisting, has written an autobiography just in time for the Christmas season, if you want to get for somebody who loves Billy Parker and country music. But John Woolley, Brett Bingham, the two men who did such a great job on the History of Kane's Ballroom book, got a hold of Billy Parker and says, hey, Billy, I think you've had adventures worth sharing and they should be in a book. And it took some cajoling, but they finally got him to come around. And the book is Thanks a Lot, which, if you know about Billy Parker, goes back to a song he recorded back in the 1960s. And it also was a hit for Ernest Tubb, I think, and went to number 3 like in 1965 or 1966. But I read the book this week. really cool book. Billy is a great guy with great stories, and I hope that other people have a chance to read his book also. I have a story about it in Sunday's Tulsa World. And like I said, we missed James Watts this week, who's on vacation. We don't have any updates on what great food stories he has this week. But Grace, I think that wraps us up, unless you have something else you want to promote or plug in the Tulsa World Scene section.
I think that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reading, and we'll see you next week with this video.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.